Hello, I'm Vaughn Purdy, and welcome to Season 2 of Falcon Focus on SSC Live TV. I am so excited to bring another season to you to talk more about our students, our faculty, our administration, and all the happenings at Simmons College of Kentucky. So I want you to join me today and welcome the person I'm in the studio with me is Martell Lilly. He and I are going to be chatting for a little while. Martell is a senior at Simmons College of Kentucky, and the good thing is he's about to graduate in the class of 2021. Yay! His major is business entrepreneurship. So welcome to the show, Martell.
Thank you, Ms. Purdy. I really appreciate you having me.
So you know we all want to know all about you. So for these next few minutes, let's tell us about where you're from, how you came to learn about Simmons, and what your experience has been thus far.
Well, I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
I moved here, let's say about 6.5 years ago. My mother, she moved here from at the same time, around maybe a few months before I did.
Okay.
And so she works at Ford, and she ended up getting me a job at Ford Motor Company for a temporary position.
Okay.
And once that ended, I floated around a little bit until I found my way to UPS, and I ended up finding my way to Simmons because I was working out with a basketball trainer at the time, and our workouts were here at St. Stephen's Gym.
Ah, so full circle.
Yeah, it came full circle.
Good,
and so I ended up seeing a flyer for the Simmons basketball team tryouts.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about that. Our coach is Coach Jerry Eves.
Yes, former NBA player, Louisville legend,
Yes.
Louisville champion.
Yep. Did you know all of that when you tried out?
No, absolutely not.
How long did it take you to find out?
It was about the first to second practice. I ended up finding out just through hearsay and talking to him and some others.
Coach Eves is a proud graduate, a graduate of U of L, native of Louisville, and he has been here at Simmons for a few years now, 8 years I think, and come back to the neighborhood, if you will, and poured back into the students.
Yeah.
So he's a great mentor and a legend in this town. So we thank him for all the things that he's doing in the community and for the students.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Eves for sure.
So you tried out, and what happened?
I ended up becoming the team's equipment manager during my tenure here, and it's just been, a fun experience, something I never really thought I'd get to do, being a part of a college basketball program, and then, getting to rub elbows with, NBA legends like Coach Eves and Coach Butch Beard.
Yeah, Butch Beard.
As well. And, so just getting to learn about the game and getting them to share their experiences. Coach Eves talked about how he dropped 29 on Isaiah Thomas, so that was, good lesson to hear.
Yeah. Now, were you always interested in basketball, or meeting Coach Eves and Coach Beard inspired that in you?
Oh man, no, I've been in love with the game since my dad put the ball in my hands, at a very early age, and so this is just, kind of a stepping stone to me getting to my goal, which is to ultimately be a NBA GM or president of operations one day.
Okay. So your love of basketball has taken you a couple of places that I know of.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your internship that you are still in currently, and how that's been working for you.
Yeah, so currently I'm working with the assistant athletic director over at Bellarmine University, which is Chris Cooper.
For a sister school here in town that we appreciate. We reached out to them to see if they could help one of our students, and I'm so proud to say that they've helped Martell get into this internship. So tell us about the internship and what you're learning over there.
So right now I'm just learning the dynamics of what it takes to do the behind the scenes event set up for the game, making sure that, the other teams are accommodated, the referees are accommodated, make sure they have everything they need.
Okay.
And Chris, he handles all of the sports.
Now Chris
Cooper,
the coach.
The assistant athletic director.
Assistant athletic director. Okay, thank you. That's great.
Yeah, and so he handles all the sports, basketball, track, soccer, lacrosse, so on.
So that is a lot of information you can learn. I mean, you got a plethora of sports to choose from there, and you can learn a lot there. I'm glad that you're doing this. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
So where do you see this one at the end of this internship? What do you see, and what are you going to do next, you hope, with them?
Well, so far I've got to go sit in on a practice with the men's team. The last two women's games I sat sideline with their broadcaster, Jack Kaiser, and got to see how he does his job and all of the intangibles that go into giving a live broadcast. And so going forth, I plan to potentially try and take my talents in that direction, maybe hit up a couple of the high schools here in the local area, just go forward with Bellarmine as well and see what else. Like you said, there's so many different sports that I can learn about with administration-wise.
And I'm pretty sure between Coach Eves and Coach Chris, you will have some opportunity at the end of this journey. I'm so glad you're doing it. I know you're representing Simmons well, which is the reason I wanted to have you on the show as well. But there's one more thing our audience does not know about. You were selected just recently to do something great that you never thought you would do that impacted Simmons College of Kentucky as well as your life, that was meaningful for HBCUs across the country.
Oh, yeah, sure. So I received a call from Ms. Phyllis Clark, one of the administrators of the school, to have this wonderful opportunity to be a part of be a virtual fan for the All-Star game.
The what?
For the NBA All-Star game.
Now tell people what the NBA All-Star game means, because I'm a fan of basketball, so I've been watching NBA games since I was a teenager. Tell everybody what being invited to participate in any aspect of an NBA All-Star basketball game means.
I mean, it's an incredible opportunity, for anyone with the passion for the game who watches, or is playing. It doesn't matter. It was very surreal.
So tell us what you did and how you participated, because as everyone may or may not know, there are 101 HBCUs across the country. So this was an opportunity to showcase HBCUs, and the NBA used their platform to do just so. So we were asked through connections with Coach Eves and Dr. Cosby to participate.
Yes.
So when you got the call, how'd that make you feel?
I was, honored, very blessed, shocked. I didn't believe it at first. I think the first thing I said was, "No, not me."
Of course you.
Yeah. So, but no, it was a great experience, to be able to sit there and, kind of almost say I was, I attended the All-Star game. Yeah, I was there.
As everybody knows, we were still virtual and still dealing with COVID. So the NBA did the safe thing, and they had all their fans not attend the game or even come to Atlanta to the All-Star game. But the players and maybe some of their families were there, and the NBA donated money from the basketball game to the Thurgood Marshall Fund and to
the United Negro
College Fund, which are those staples for black college students. But one thing that we found out the day before, we got a phone call from a local national recording artist right here in Louisville. His name is Jack Harlow. He donated $500,000 to Simmons College of Kentucky and one other HBCU. Jack Harlow also used another local choir to sing vocals on his song Same Guy, which I think came out in January this year.
I think it was January.
So he's a local prodigy, a local guy who thought about his two HBCUs in Kentucky and gave back this money. And we found out about it through a tweet that he tweeted out. Did you see the tweet before you got called?
I did this. I seen the tweet while I was watching the game, and I was like, "Wow, that's that's amazing to be recognized on such a global platform."
I want to know what you thought when you saw that tweet, and how proud it made you feel to be a part of it all.
Man, like I said, it was just an honor and a blessing to be called and be named a student ambassador and be able to represent the school on national television and everything. Like I said, I think having Simmons be part of a small HBCU in the city of Louisville, Kentucky, be put on
put on blast, as they say.
They put on blast on international, on social media. So that was big ups, and I hope they, we get the recognition that, all the other HBCUs and other major colleges get.
That's one thing about the smaller HBCUs. They tend to be overlooked. But a platform like the NBA and a rapper like Jack Harlow, I will bet you, I would love to see how many followers he's gotten on his social media page just by making that one tweet.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that's going to change, and when people ask the question of Simmons College of Kentucky, we will have an answer for them.
Yeah.
We will have an answer for them. We will say we are a part of the 101 HBCUs in this nation that turn around our students and influence the future.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
You're going to be an influencer.
I like the sound of that.
It's going to be great. So when you ended the show, the NBA show, how did they stop? You guys just kind of faded away when it was over? Did they give you any kind of?
So so each of us had a moderator, and they kind of had each a Zoom room.
Okay.
With about 4 or 5 of us, and each one of us had a moderator who, told us what was going on, who gave us the updates for breaks, and essentially how this All-Star game ended was they once the Damian Lillard hit the game-winning shot.
Yeah, I saw that. I was watching.
Yeah, yep. Once he did that, they said, okay, we might be able to cut to commercial and bring you guys back. But then they gave an update and said, no, we won't bring you guys back. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and sign off, you can. If not, then just stay until the end of complete end of the broadcast.
Because watching from home, it was all of a sudden like they just stopped it. Yeah. It was kind of like, wait.
Yeah,
I was waiting for some big announcement for them to close it, to wrap it. And they didn't wrap it. They just kind of like, when Damian Lillard hit that shot, it was just like, okay. That was the way they ended it, because it was based on points.
Yeah,
who got to the major points first, and then it was divided into dollar amounts.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, they raised a total of $1.3 million.
I think it was 1.3. Yeah.
Yeah, between the two organizations. So Simmons will get a part of that, hopefully. But we got this one gift from Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
And we're just so appreciative, because as we know, Martell, and you as a student, we know that money is going to go a very long way to help support our students, our scholars, our scholarships, our campus, and everything that makes an HBCU. And most people don't understand that HBCUs can be underfunded.
Yes.
We get help from national and private donors and foundations, but we still need help. So that something like this really can make a huge difference. So I'm very proud of you for being a part of that. So tell me what your takeaway will be from this experience.
Just to be able to say that, I got to participate in the All-Star game, that, very proud to be, a graduate and a, alumni of a HBCU, along with my sister. Her school actually got a little shout out because one of the NBA players had, graduated.
Tennessee State?
Yeah,
Yep.
Tennessee State. Yep. So she, her sister has some playing time on TV. Yep. So just, coming from, being the second male in my family to graduate, with a 4-year degree, and, being the second person in my family to graduate from HBCU, it means a lot to me and my family.
That's great. I mean, HBCUs, I think you've probably heard me, audience, tell my story before. I went to Winston-Salem State University, and so I was as proud, just as proud of Simmons, that Winston-Salem State was represented as well. So we are all proud graduates of HBCUs because they transform lives, they transform communities, and they make a difference. And now there's this resurgence, of course, with HBCUs. Yeah. And we're very, very happy to be a part of it, because what's going to happen now is people are going to pay attention to the quality, to the talent, and the history of our HBCUs. Yeah. So we all should be proud of that, and we know that with our sister Kamala Harris being the vice president, we will get more eyes on HBCUs. But like I tell people, as she herself says, she's not the first and she won't be the last, because many, many other people came before her and attended HBCUs. Many of the Black Caucus members attended HBCUs because it was where they had to go, or they chose to go. But now what's happening is more and more people are choosing HBCUs. Yes. They're choosing it because of the rich legacy and the history and everything they bring to the table. And more corporations and foundations are pouring into HBCUs to prop them up and make them whole, make them better, and make them thrive.
Yes.
So instead of us surviving, we hope that HBCUs now can move to thriving. So we at Simmons, I in particular, like to think that we are moving to the thriving mode, that people will see who we are and appreciate our talent and our students. So tell us a little bit about what your plans are for graduation, and after graduation, what you want to do and how we can help you get there.
Well, post-graduation, I'm hoping to continue to build up on my internships, and, you know, whether it be just at Bellarmine or I'm able to, you know, expand my horizons elsewhere at another university or another, you know, professional program. But essentially just, you know, trying to progress in that area, learn as much about the business of the game as possible, so that I, you know, when I meet with certain opportunities, I can, you know, come with a little bit of knowledge and come prepared. I mean, right now Simmons has done, you know, a great job at helping me, you know, get forward. One of my professors got me my internship at State Farm. You guys obviously helped me get my internship at Bellarmine. So Simmons has come a long way in just the 4.5 years that I've attended there, and so it's been a, you know, real pleasure to see them blossom and grow. And obviously, what President Cosby has, the vision he has set up for the school going forward, is definitely, you know, in good hands.
Yeah, it's encouraging, because I've been here 4 years myself, along with you, and I've seen some great changes come about. But it's very nice to see it, because we know that this place has more than enough potential to be in the forefront of education here in this town. So I'm very proud and thankful that you have used your college experience to the fullest and gotten as much out of it. And that's a part of my job as community engagement director. I want to make sure students get more and more opportunities. So I'm very proud to have helped you. And I want you to always remember Simmons.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Give back. We always have to tell people, make sure you give back to your HBCUs. They need you. And so any people in the graduates of Simmons College of Kentucky watching this, we want you to reach out and make sure you give back to the college. And you can contact us at www.simmonscollegeky.edu, or you can reach out and call me, Vaughn Purdy, at 502-776-1443. So give us a call and make sure you give back. Yes, Martell, I will give you my card to make sure you don't forget me when you go on and do big things. but we're going to make sure that when you graduate, that you have more opportunities to to help and to get a job and get your. You've already done such a great job of getting your career started. So all we have to do is do the next steps and connect you to the next person that comes along. So we hope someone is watching this and they'll see how talented you are, and more importantly, they'll see that if I'm not mistaken, you have like a 3.6 or 7 GPA.
3.87.
See, look at there, 3.87.
It should be a 4.0, but
yeah, well, almost. He almost has a 4.0, people. So you are ready. You have the education. Now you have the internship, and you have the experience. That I'm hoping someone will watch this, and we will connect you, and someone will give us a call, and we will make sure you get to the next level. And I know Coach Eves is watching, so Coach Eves, of course, is going to be our go-to person to help you along your way. Thank you so much for being my guest on this, the first episode of season 2. So thank you so much, Martell. We're going to remember this moment. Again, thank you for watching this week's edition of Falcon Focus. 2 more minutes.